It is a beautiful Monday morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Carnival Breakfast Show, coming to you from Carnival Radio. This is Newspaper Review. I am Joseph Oyukola. Good morning and welcome once again. On newspaper review this morning, I came with different newspapers and each of the newspapers with each interesting stories. I have Punch with me, I have Vanguard newspaper with me this morning, I have the Post newspaper, and I have the Punch newspaper. But to begin the news, I will focus to read the headlines. Reading from the Punch newspaper, fewer brews as Dangote presses Tinubu to ban import. Three dead, several injured as train derails in Germany. Sokoto rolls out 330 new buses, unveils e-ticketing platform. WAFCON, Tinubu to receive Victoria Super Falcons in Abuja today, Monday. From the Post newspaper, federal government hires 2 million jobs through social housing program. And now to the names and details. The president of the Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, has asked President Bola Tinubu to include refined petroleum products in the list of items banned under the Nigerian force policy of the federal government. This was unanimously rejected by all marketers and some industry analysts on Sunday. The Nigerian force policy seeks to ban government agencies from importing goods that can be produced within Nigeria. In May, Tinubu barred government agencies from importing goods or services that are available locally. The policy stated that no procurement of foreign goods or services already available in Nigeria shall proceed without justification and Bureau of Public Procurement waiver. Speaking at the just concluded Global Commodity Insights Conference on West African Refined Fuel Market hosted, the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, in partnership with S&P Global Insight, Dangote requested in clear terms that petrol, diesel, and other refined petroleum products be added to the items banned by the policy. According to him, the importation of fuel into Nigeria is killing local refining and discouraging further investment in the sector and even the economy. To remain viable, he urged government across Africa to take deliberate steps as the United States, Canada, and the European Union have done to protect domestic producers from what he called unfair competition. Dangote did not mince words when he said that the Nigerian force policy announced by the Tinubu should apply to the petroleum product sector. The Nigerian force policy announced by His Excellency President Bola Tinubu should apply to the petroleum product sector and all other sectors, he stated. This request by Dangote seeks to place a ban on the importation of petrol, diesel, and other products being produced locally, and argued that local refiners were finding it difficult to sell their products because of what he called dumping. The billionaire businessman alleged that importers were dumping toxic fuel that would never be allowed in Europe. This news was sourced from the Punch newspaper. For more details on the story read, please visit the Punch. Fewer brews as Dangote presses Tinubu to ban imports. Meanwhile, the federal government has set a goal to generate over 2 million jobs across Nigeria through its renewed Hope Social Housing Program, aimed at addressing the country's housing deficit and creating economic opportunities for citizens. This was reviewed by the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dangiwa, during a working section with the House of Representatives Committee on Housing and Habitat at the National Assembly Complex, Abuja. Dangiwa explained that the Renewed Hope Social Housing Program is a flagship initiative designed to provide affordable homes for low-income earners, vulnerable groups, the unemployed, and internally displaced persons. According to him, 100 housing units will be constructed in each of the 774 local government areas across the country. He noted that the housing initiative will generate over 2 million jobs, breaking it down as 25 persons per job, 27 jobs per location, and 77,400 locations. Funding for the program, he said, will come through the Renewed Hope Infrastructure Development Fund. However, further clarity and full details will be provided to the lawmakers once the National Social Housing Program document are approved by President Bola Tinubu. While briefing the committee on the status of a 16 project, the minister explained that the ministry had carried forward several housing initiatives from the previous year as well as from the 2022 supplementary budget. This news was sourced from the Daily Post newspaper. Federal government hides 2 million jobs through social housing program. In the meantime, the African Democratic Congress, a platform of the coalition of political parties, unveiled in Ekiti State at the weekend with bigwigs from the All Progressives Congress, People's Democratic Party, and Labour Party joining its ranks. The party said it was ready to deliver a people-oriented government in the state in 2026. Present at the unveiling exercise on Saturday were former Deputy Governor and ex-PDP governorship candidate Professor Kolakpo Olushola Eleka, former Information Commissioner Akin Omale, ex-Commissioner Segun Akinwumi, and former Secretary to the State Government Dari Bejide. Speaking shortly after officially receiving the ADC membership card on the occasion, Olushola Eleka said, "We are unveiling ADC as a platform for the coalition team that has come together from different parties to rescue Nigeria from misgovernance, recklessness, and lack of accountability in governance." The former deputy governor said, "ADC is not just a party. It has become a platform for like-minded people that cut across different parties. People who are interested in rescuing Nigeria are coming together to say no to corruption, no to the greed that you can see pervading every sector of the governance in Nigeria." The ADC state chairman, Lisami Omolayo, flanked by the deputy chairman, Daria Adekolu, who presented membership cards to some of the new members, said that ADC's goal was to replace political-driven corruption and deceit with transparency and accountability. ADC state leader David Adesua likened the unveiling event to singing a clear song to the hearing of Ekiti people. He said, we have been in darkness for a long time, and now the hour has come to arise and shine, which is the logo of ADC. This news was sourced from the Vanguard newspaper. For more details on the story read, please visit the Vanguard newspaper. Ekiti bigwigs rally behind ADC for 2026 governorship election. Another news. The Sokoto state government has unveiled 30 new mass transit buses and launched a digital e-ticketing platform aimed at modernizing public transportation and enhancing accountability. The new additions presented on Sunday brought to 70 the number of vehicles procured by the Ahmed Aliyu-led administration since taking office. At the handover ceremony in Sokoto, Deputy Governor Idris Mohammed Gobi formally handed the keys of the buses to the State Commissioner for Transportation, Bala Kokani. Gobi noted that the new buses, part of a fleet earlier procured by the government, were withheld pending the completion of the state digital ticketing platform. The Deputy Governor emphasized that the initiative was part of effort to ease the transportation burden on citizens, especially in the face of economic challenges stemming from the removal of fuel subsidies. Gobi urged the ministry to ensure strict supervision, regular maintenance, and cleanliness of the vehicles. Speaking while receiving the vehicles, Kokani thanked the Governor Ahmed Aliyu for his continued investment in the transport sector, describing the development as a milestone in the administration's effort to modernize public mobility. This news was sourced from the Nation newspaper. Sokoto rolls out 30 new buses, unveils e-ticketing platform. On to the last news on newspaper review this morning. President Bola Tinubu will host the victorious Super Falcons and officials of the Nigerian female football team at the State House in Abuja today, Monday. Super Falcons are expected to arrive in Nigeria from Morocco later on Sunday night. It is expected that the players and the officials will be rewarded handsomely by the president. Tinubu, it will be recalled, approved the payment of teams' outstanding bonuses and allowances on the eve of the Saturday's final with host Atlas Nernes of Morocco. The Super Falcons rallied from 2 goals down to beat the North Africans 3-2 in the game. It was the 10th time they will be winning the WAFCON title. This news was sourced from Daily Post newspaper. For more details, please visit the Daily Post newspaper. WAFCON. Tinubu to receive victorious Super Falcons in Abuja. To bring the newspaper review to a close this morning, here is a recap of headlines. Fewer briefs as Dangote prices Tinubu to ban import. 3 dead, several injured as train derails in Germany. Sokoto rolls out 30 new buses, unveils e-ticketing platform. WAFCON, Tinubu to receive Victorious Super Falcons in Abuja today, Monday. Federal government hires 2 million jobs through social housing program. I'm about to have come to the end of newspaper review. Thank you very much for listening. You can download Carnival Media app from Google Play Store and App iOS. You can also check out our website at www.carnivalmedia.ng. My name remains Joseph Oyukola. Good morning, and please do well to enjoy the rest of your day.